All right, so the strategy checklist is this: strengthen your site ranking and visibility, because we map, it's going to be basically creating a map of how other medias will be redirected to the mothership. So we want to make sure that we are really looking at how we are bringing people into the mothership, and that would be your website, right? Okay. And then make a link map of how you will lead visitors around the site. Please don't do this like in a tongue-in-cheek way as you're building the website. It is a terrible way of building a website. You want to map it out. Have that blueprint. Could you imagine building a building, developing a building and not having a blueprint? That you just start building it and see how it goes? Well, that's basically how a lot of people are building their websites. That doesn't make sense, does it? No, of course not. So if we have the blueprint laid out in front of us, not only will we be able to work from this and swiftly complete your project, but we can also look at it and say, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to change it here and I'm going to put this over here. We can do that now. Right? But when we've developed, when we've connected everything with internal links and all that, now it becomes a little confusing. Where do we have that link, or how do we move that page? Did we connect all the links again? So make it easier on yourself. Please do a link map. And then the backlinks, just make sure that they're relevant and not spammy. Be a guest vlogger, blogger, writer. Collaborate with local and relevant businesses. This is really a great thing for you, because collaboration can save you a lot of time with creating content, can save you a lot of money because you're going to collaborate, and depending on, maybe you guys want to do an in-person event or something, you guys could split that cost. There's a lot of collaborative marketing opportunities out there. So I want you to think about that. What would those non-competitive relevant businesses be in your area that you can create? Just think about 5 to start and see what we can develop, okay? And then, like I said, you share your content, they share yours. And what I love about that, especially if you're starting out and you don't have much of a social media following, that's the collaborative stuff. Sharing your articles, your vlogs and stuff is a great way to exchange peeps. So their people, social media followers, they become yours becomes theirs, whatever. Life is beautiful. And that's a great way of quickly building up your social media followers. Relevant, keyword, relevant social media followers. And design dedicated pages that will lead viewers. So I see a lot of people using one continuous page, right? How does that work for you? It doesn't really. You are better off creating dedicated pages, so when you are doing social media posts, you can send them specifically right to that page. If you were talking about search engine optimization, I could send them right there to that page, and it's relevant. Oh, they don't have to fish for the information. They landed on that page. They know exactly now they're going to get the full story. But what if I had a long continuous page without any dedicated pages? So I would lead them to the home page and expect them to scroll down. Where's that SEO thing? I know it's around here somewhere. It's got to be. There's no way they're going to do that, So if you're going to do the website, I would definitely do the dedicated pages. It's going to give you so much more marketing ammunition when you're doing like those trade shows. You're using those QR codes, you're using internal links. It's beautiful. The social media marketing, leading them over to the mothership. You got to do it with the dedicated pages, okay? And that too, you want to create a site map so you can see what dedicated pages do you need to create for that website, okay? And then the calls to actions, got to put them in place at the right time that appeals to your marketing intellect and their buying habits and behaviors. So it's not about you wanting to, gee, I really need the subscriptions, or I really need the business, so I'm going to send them over to the services page once they land on my home page. Sounds like a great idea, but it's desperation, and it comes through to the viewer, trust me. So we want to make sure that our call to actions, anything that we're asking or putting in front of them, is relevant to where they are on the website, okay? All right. All right, so any of the common marketing pitfalls you want to have a plan, okay? Stay away from these marketing pitfalls. So to recap, have a plan. Remember I said the link strategy, the sitemap, right? Those are all very good things. Local SEO. Why not put a plan together that's going to build your local SEO strength? Do your research on your market or markets. If you can, and I really encourage you to do this, go out and learn about your audience. Do that sample survey. Do not talk to friends who you think are your consumers. You want to seriously go out and talk to your consumers, because one of the things that I would want you to ask is, so if you don't know me, you don't know my business name, but you know that I have the product or service that you need, how would you find me? What would be your search language? So, example, Darren's Plant-Based Burger Stand in Sherman Oaks, right? You want to know it's Darren's Plant-Based Burgers in Sherman Oaks, but you would know, I want a plant-based burger, and I'm somewhere around Sherman Oaks. That's the search language, right? So, if I did my homework correctly, that search phrase is going to be worked into my content, so then search engines will know how to index me so people can find me. Okay, so understanding your markets, habits, behaviors, search language, marketing mentalities, you have to know all that stuff. The content must appeal to your audience. Again, going back to knowing your audience. How do you speak to them? How do they want to be spoken to? I'll bet you that there's a big difference between speaking to, let's say, if I had a skate shop and a music store. There's going to be totally two different languages, right? Okay, so I have to know what those languages are so I can impact, I can move that audience. I can get them to do what I want them to do. And then track your marketing. Don't guess if this stuff is working. Let's know it's working, right? Of course. So we want to just make sure that that is the case. Track your marketing. If I asked you, so do you think LinkedIn is bringing over stuff for you? You should be able to say, yeah, look at the analytics. I'm seeing that I'm getting a lot of traffic moving over to the website, whatever it is. So never rely on someone to just say, oh yeah, it's working. If you are the pilot in command of your business, you are going to know what is working and what is not. And the reason being is because if it's not, we're going to cut our losses. If we don't want to cut our losses yet, we still have room to explore other opportunities, then let's change up the marketing direction that we're going in. Let's change the way that maybe we're not reaching that market with the right mentality, with the right messages. So, don't always just say, that didn't work. Depending on how long, I like to give something 3 months at least, and to really test it out. And I'm not just going to leave it alone for 3 months. I'm really going to closely monitor things, and I'm going to have my strategy. If I know my audience, my strategy is going to be, whatever, A, B, and C, because I know that this platform is really good for business to business, so I'm going to offer, whatever. It's going to be aligned with whatever platform that I'm using, okay? So have room to fudge your marketing, because it's not going to be just plug and play. It's like a house plant. You're going to have to keep taking care of it and feeding it. All right, so, and then protect your brand. Be consistent. A lot of people are not consistent with their brand. They have a different vibe across the board. So just remember, you've spent all that energy coming up with that beautiful idea of that business that you wanted for yourself. So let's make sure that we protect the integrity of that brand. All right, so leading at all levels, social media to website's a great idea, website to video channel, or you could skip stones, 3 stones across the lake, and you can go with video channel, social media, and website. These are great ways of doing it. And then the print material, website, QR codes. Again, bridging the print with your digital. You have to do that. All right, so the common pitfalls with leading that works against the website, we have to strengthen your site ranking and visibility. And the way that we usually have things working against us is when our links are broken, pages don't behave correctly, or they're slow to load. Maybe you connected your website to spamming websites. Maybe the readability and the user experience is so poor that your ranking is in the toilet. So you have to make sure that you are thinking about your action plan and always keep what's the links or information relevant to where they are on the website. Never divert visitors away from your website with links unless you absolutely have to. All right, so that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed the Marketing Mensch, and as always, please stay healthy, stay happy, and stay creative. Take care, Mensches.